Good morning, Bengaluru. I am so thrilled to be back here for the second year in a row for Kubernetes Forum Bengaluru. We have a spectacular turnout of sold out with 2,100 attendees, and I would like to thank all of you for coming today. So I want to give you a little bit of a background. The Cloud Native Computing Foundation is the organization that hosts these open source projects and organizes this event. We also publish the Cloud Native definition. Quote, one of CNCF's goals is to democratize state-of-the-art patterns to make innovations accessible for everyone. In order to share with you a short parable about this democratization, I need to introduce my family. We live in New York City, where my wife Julie is a climate scientist. She couldn't be here this week, but her climate change forecasting startup, Jupiter Intelligence, uses Kubernetes. This is our younger son, Ellis, who's 11 and is sitting in the front row. He and his brother were able to join me for their first ever trip to India. Ellis throws a solid fastball. This is our older son, Adam, who just became a teenager. And this is our cat, Koros. Now, when Adam was just a 7-year-old second grader, a bunch of his friends started playing Minecraft. So I installed it on his iPad, and a week later, I found Adam sitting on the couch, but with an iPad screen instead of books, and no little brother, and with a frightened expression like this. But the strange part was that his iPad screen was black. Why are you staring at a black screen? I asked. I'm hiding from the zombies, he replied. I don't see any zombies, I said. The zombies come out when the sun sets, he explained. The screen is black, he said, because I'm hiding in a hole in a hill. You see, Minecraft might look like this during the day, but at night the zombies come out. And my second grader had not yet learned any of the ways that he might defeat zombies. But he had figured out that he could dig a hole with his hands and close it in around himself until the screen went black. This story is a metaphor. The second grader represents most enterprises. Although Kubernetes crossed the chasm last year, the majority of all enterprises are still not cloud native. Zombies represent software failures, specifically anything that can cause downtime. Hiding in a hole represents precautionary practices, such as long release cycles, infrequent dependency updates, and manual quality assurance. Now, I want to emphasize that for both second graders and for most enterprises, they are not acting irrationally. The zombies are real. Precautionary practices are a reasonable response. I also want to make clear that in comparing enterprises to second graders, I'm not exempting my own organization. CNCF is part of the Linux Foundation. We host software including Linux, Node.js, and Let's Encrypt. And yet projects we've undertaken, like an open source CLA bot, have been delayed. The solution for my second grader, Adam, was to arrange for the older sibling of a classmate to come over, a fourth grader. And the fourth grader taught us about crafting tables. You know how when you combine software development with information technology operations, you get DevOps? Well, similarly, Minecraft consists of mining and crafting. And my second grader had figured out how to mine all on his own, or at least how to dig with his arms. But he didn't know how to craft, and crafting is critical to the whole game. Let's take a look at a simple crafting example. Take a pumpkin, some sugar, and an egg, combine them using a crafting table to get a pumpkin pie. Yummy, but not so useful. So let's take a more complex example that will help us stop zombies. Chop a tree to get wood, which you form into wood planks and then use to make a stick. Now kill a spider using a bow and arrow to get some string. Now dig in gravel to find flint and kill a chicken to get a feather, And finally, combine these using a crafting table to create a bow and some arrows, as long as you ignore the circular dependency error. The lesson of Minecraft is that you can take simple things and combine them together into more complex things to build very powerful tools. And here at Kubernetes Forum Bengaluru, we're doing the same thing. As you probably know, Kubernetes uses the firewall technology IPtables to create networking connections between pods. IPtables depends, of course, on Linux, and specifically the networking subsystem. The first Linux firewall, IPFW, originated from BSD. It was replaced with IPFW ADM, the Internet Protocol Firewall Administrator, which was more complete and easier to use. This was re-implemented as IP chains, which was superseded by IPtables as part of the NetFilter system. It is now being re-implemented using eBPF, the Extended Berkeley Packet Filter, which has an awesome logo. So, firewalls are a core building block of Kubernetes that have been crafted into more advanced forms over time. But so are C groups and the domain name system and the RAF distributed consensus algorithm implemented in etcd. In fact, Kubernetes is built on hundreds of foundational technologies that have been combined together. But I would go a step further and argue that Kubernetes itself is like a crafting table. It is a kind of alchemy that turns simpler things into more powerful ones. Kubernetes, in short, is like Minecraft. You have all the tools needed to build what you want, and even tools to build new tools. But what we construct is up to us. Finally, where do the fourth graders and the second graders come together to share their crafting formulas? The answer is Kubernetes Forums and also KubeCon Cloud NativeCon. Please raise your hand now if this is the first Kubernetes event you've ever attended. Fantastic, about half or 2/3. You are the metaphorical second graders. And what's the benefit to the fourth graders? There are two. First, after we got educated about crafting, my son Adam gave the fourth grader a cookie. No, I mean a cookie. The metaphorical fourth graders in the audience who can provide assistance to those second graders may find that they are showered with cookies and, you know, job offers. And the second and even more important reason is that the second graders will soon enough become fourth graders. And our community, where democratization is a core value, is eagerly looking for people who can contribute new and improved crafting ideas. Kubernetes is only 5 years old, which means that we are all still in elementary school. I look forward to seeing what we will learn from each other. Thank you very much.